Up next is Karen Warner. Karen teaches art here at the high school. She's also in charge of the video club, and I need to give a shout out to the kids that are helping us this morning from the video club. You all can thank me later for getting you out of class today.
Hello, my name is Karen Warner, and as they said, I teach art here at the high school. I'm also one of the media arts teachers, so I teach video production, and as they said, one of the people that's in charge of the video club. So they're doing a very nice job. Thanks, guys. I'm here to present on using the iPads in the art classroom, and one of my thoughts when I originally was told we were getting iPads, I went, man. In the spring I said, wow, art is so hands-on. We draw, we paint, we sculpt. We don't need an iPad. I'm gonna have these kids take their iPads, stick them in a box so we don't get paint all over them because I don't want to destroy them. My second thought was, I really like technology. What a cool toy. I got my iPad, I took it home, I immediately downloaded Lego Harry Potter, and that's what I got to play with for the summer, so that was awesome. But then I took a class this summer as well on integrating technology, and I came back to school very, very excited. And I thought, how am I going to use this? This class really helped me. I came back to the school in the fall and went to Neil and said, Neil, this is what I want this iPad to do. And he goes, I don't know how to do that. Neil, I want it to do this. And he goes, we don't know how to do that. The tools aren't out there, Karen. We have no idea what to tell you. So go explore and figure out what's going on. And it's still a work in progress. We are figuring out how to get it to do what I want it to do. But I'm finding so many uses in the classroom. Lots and lots of uses to use technology. I find that my students are definitely more engaged, not just texting their friends or emailing their friends, but they are actually engaged in my subject matter. I hear more voices from my students. They are able to respond. They are able to tell me what they are thinking. I am able to check what they are doing and make sure that they are understanding, and there's a lot more engagement with my students. Some of the things that we are doing in the art classroom, I do find that it does save time. I have my students draw from references. I don't want them to draw out of their head. I don't want them to make stuff up, because if they do, it's like, I get cartoons, I get weird things that don't make a whole lot of sense. I want them to do more realistic type of things. So I have instant access to the internet. I have instant access to references. I don't need to take my entire class up to the media center, have them print out pictures, and they go, oh, I don't want that one, let's do another one. Nope, I don't want that one, let's do another one. We don't waste paper, we don't waste time. And then that one student who's done in 3 minutes because they know exactly what they want doesn't have to sit up there and wait for the one who takes all hour because I don't know what I'm doing. So I've saved a lot of time. My students can get started faster, and it's been very, very helpful. They do have their reference images right there. If they don't like it, they can change it. And there are so many Web 2.0 tools out there that I can access. If I'm doing an art history lesson, I no longer have to stand up there and say, here's some information about Vincent van Gogh. I can have them look it up. I can have them create a fake book page. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It is incredible. They go out and they make a Facebook page, but it's fake. There's two pretty good sites out there, fakebook.com and myfakewall.com, and they create a Facebook page for a historical figure. They have to learn who the artist's friends were. They have to understand where they were born. They have to understand information about them, what types of styles they are doing. They have to choose their friends, and they have to post comments. So they start getting a little bit more involved into what are they thinking? What is their meaning? What is their intention? What is their purpose of creating this? And it's just been a lot more interactive. Some things we've been able to get out there that the kids have access to. Lots of people have been doing this through the wikis, web pages, Moodle courses, able to get out the important information, class demonstrations, and lots of sharing of information. I've actually gone a little bit further with this, with the student sharing. We're creating online communities. Instead of having my students come up and present their work and say, here's what I'm doing, what do you think? First of all, kids don't like presenting that much. They're still getting used to it. They are learning the presentation skills, even at the high school level. But I get a lot more feedback from the students. We're creating blogs. And the students will post their work, They'll create a question, a problem, or they will write down their meaning, their intention. This is what I want my artwork to be about. And students will respond to them. And it's not just the same 2 or 3 students that respond to everything that people are tired of hearing. I get answers from all of them. So I really hear a lot more student voices. A lot more communication among peers. One of the things that has happened is I'm not just getting responses. I will see the kids talking to each other. They'll have whole conversations. I don't know what I'm doing with this project. I have an empty space. What do you think? Someone will reply. And then the original artist will come back and say, that's not really what I was thinking. I was thinking more along these lines. And that two-way conversation is happening. If I get them in small groups in the classroom and say, show your work to your peer and tell me what you think, they'll talk about what's happening this weekend, what that person is doing over there. I'm not seeing the real, necessarily authentic assessment that is happening, but I can see it online. It's happening online. The other thing that's nice with this is that they're in their own space, they're in their own comfort level. They can answer it at 3 o'clock in the morning if they want to. They don't have to do it right there in class. They can go home. They can do it wherever they are. And I find that kids are a lot more honest, posting things on the web, posting it on a Web 2.0 tool, instead of face-to-face. They will get out there and say, man, this really stinks. You need to change this. They're not going to say that in person, but they will say that on the web. They'll say that on the Moodle. They'll say that on the blog. And they'll back it up. So it's not mean. My kids have been very, very respectful. I don't have any issues with that. But they get a lot more feedback and information. I'm also able to do some formative assessment with them. Check for understanding. The picture that I have up here is, do they understand perspective? We go out into the hallway, take a photograph. Are they able to identify where the vanishing point is? Instead of checking everybody individually, I can have them do this, email it to me, I check it, do they get it, do they not get it, do they understand what's happening? Very quick formative assessment. And it is also able to help with their artwork. Besides the actual artwork that is right in front of them or the photograph that is in front of them, we have some apps that we can help with their grid system, working with proportions and those types of things. Examples. Let me show you some examples. This is a web page that Mr. Johnson, my coworker, other art teacher, has put together for our advanced studio art class with some examples, resources, questions, syllabus. I mean, there's lots of information on here. The thing that I like about this as well, and then blog access, is we can put their class calendar. When are things due? It's right there for them to get. It's no longer me standing in front of the class saying, don't forget, you have this due on Thursday. And then I say it again, and then I say it again. And then somebody comes back and says, I didn't know, I didn't hear you. It is there for you. I have a wiki page, and on my wiki page I have, let's go to the intro to drawing class. Again, their course syllabus, some PDFs, but video examples, things that I have embedded from the web. They missed the shading demonstration. There it is. There's some great reminders for you. How do I work with composition? And again, some more things about perspective, videos on perspective. All the information is right there for those kids to get. Moodle. Lots of people using Moodle. In the art department, we are in the process of going to Moodle. And these are one of the things where the students post their artwork in process. They leave a comment like, I really enjoyed how this drawing turned out. This one I love. I don't have a clue what I'm planning to put on this canvas yet. Any ideas? And then the nice thing about this is they get replies. Oops, I'm logged out. Okay, so they get replies, and here are 3 ideas, all very good ideas. Just basic questions and the feedback and the conversations that are happening between the students, I think is incredible. Would they get this in the classroom? I'm not so sure. Again, they turn to their friends, they're very social. What's happening this weekend? Hey, did you hear about what happened last night? Those types of things. I'm also using, in my drawing class, I've been using a wiki page. And different than the wiki page we have at school, there's a site out there called wikispaces.com, many of you may be familiar with, has a few more features than our in-house wiki, and I've made some links to this. I can add response questions, and again, this is where I'm hearing a lot more student voices, and instead of collecting the piece of paper and having to sit down and actually read all that stuff, this is quick, this is very instant. I can see how many people have responded, what they are thinking, do they understand, do they get what we are working on. And my Drawing and Painting 1 class, we've just started working on shading and value and form, and how does color affect form. So my quick response, a photograph here, an artwork by Paul Cezanne, and the question was, just post your thoughts on how the artist has used form and color. So I go to my responses, if it will let me, and here are the responses. I have 18 responses. I have 23 kids in my class. There's a couple who haven't done it yet, but I can start seeing who's responded, what are they doing, and then some of them as well has started putting responses to each other. And then the response between the students is, wow, you're a genius. So the conversations are happening online as well, and I get to see those and take part of them. So collaborative work, online community, all of these are going to help me reach those higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy, the analysis, the interpretation, but the changing their artwork based on feedback from others. And it's just those higher order thinking skills that I would like to think I have done in the past, but now I really get to see that, yes, it is happening. I have proof that I am able to do these things. So that is what I have to share with you today, and thank you very much.